Can we not? All right, so today it is first impression time. I have a ton of new stuff here, new releases, and then also just some stuff that's new to me, but I have a couple new eyeshadow palettes, face products, blush, highlight. We've got some winners today. Also had some duds, feeling very peacock-esque today. So if you enjoy first impression videos and you like this video while you're watching, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can click the subscribe button. It might be over here. So if you want to see what I think of a bunch of products and how I got this look, you're in the right place, just keep watching. All right, so like I said in Monday's video, I got a new lens that is currently on, and I repositioned it different from Monday's video, so let me know if you guys like this setup more. I can basically, let's do this. Look at that zoom. I can zoom in even more. The only thing is it's now on my desk, and this is as low as the tripod goes, so I kind of feel like I'm like looking up, like it's too far down. It's always hard for me to tell too in the viewfinder until I'm editing this back, so we might need a few trial runs, but I'll get it eventually, hopefully. So I've already washed moisturize, and we have like 3 different primers to try out here. I wanna somehow try and use all 3 of these. This one I'm so excited to try. This is the Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer. This reminds me of like a shaving cream bottle, so I'm curious to see if this is gonna be like whipped. Sounds like whipped cream. Ooh, hot chocolate sounds bomb right now. Has a tint to it. I don't think this was fully shaken up. That's kind of anticlimactic. Okay, let's put this on. Whoa, turns into like a really soft kind of liquid. Smells good. Smells like a spa. It does feel cooling, I think. I love cooling kind of products, and it set in really nice. Actually gave like a bit of moisture. I thought it was gonna be a little more, I don't know, like mattifying. Pore perfecting, I don't feel like it did a whole lot for my pores, but it feels like I have a nice base on now. I have the new Milk Makeup Illuminating Blur Stick. Luminous blur stick. So this is supposed to be like their other blur stick, just give you kind of a glow. I wasn't a big fan of the other blur stick, so I think I'm gonna try this just on my pores, maybe like the center of my forehead, just to see if it blurs at all. I guess you wouldn't really want this area luminous though. I want my forehead luminous, but not really around my pore area. I don't feel like that really did anything to my pores. I do see a little bit of shine though, which again, I don't really want there. Let's do center of my forehead. I think I'm gonna leave this side without. I don't feel like that did anything. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like it literally just added a bit of shine. Also interesting because this said that you could use in place of your foundation. All right, extensions are out to party, it's all good. So this is the Jcat Makeup Primer Rose Spray. They also had a jasmine one. I'm hoping this is very hydrating because I'm actually gonna be using a foundation that's not a first impression. I have a whole review on this, but I wanna try it again. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's put on this primer. I basically want a super hydrated base for that foundation. I'm hoping this is kind of like the Heritage Rose Water that gives you a little bit of a glow. Setting spray gods give me a good mister here. Smells like rose. I'm not a big rose scent fan. Feels nice and refreshing, and that mister was pretty nice. That definitely gave me a little glow. Has a little bit of tackiness to it, which is nice for underneath makeup, in my opinion. So like I said, I have a whole video on the YSL All Hours foundation. I will link that down below and in the eye. I'm not a big fan of this foundation. I want to try it again though, now with my skin like this. And a ton of you guys have been commenting saying to try out old foundations that I didn't used to like when I had acne and oily skin and see how it works for my skin now. So I like that idea. I might do that. Maybe I'll do some of those for Foundation Friday. Let me know if you guys would want to see that. And then this is a first impression. This is the Sephora Cake and Bake Sponge. So I already dampened this thing and it didn't get a whole lot bigger. It feels like the material of the red Morphe sponges. This you can use wet or dry. You can use it to bake, hence the name. Bake your under eyes. You could apply concealer with this. You could apply your full face foundation with this. So I'm going to try it for foundation. I might also try it for concealer, maybe some powder for really getting wild. It says to pick up liquid or powder makeup with the top or bottom flat edge. Okay, here we go, YSL. It feels pretty like firm, I would say. Oh man, I forgot how friggin' scented this foundation is. A little bit tricky to get in the crevice of your nose. I feel like the super luxury brands like Dior and YSL and stuff, their foundations all smell the same. They have this super overly scented floral scent. Can we not? Whenever I say can we not now, I just think of Caitlin Bristow. Comment down below if you listen to her podcast. My memory card just got full, but in that time I looked back on this clip and I feel like it does look a little bit too, like, what's the word? Up, like a little bit weird of an angle. So I'm probably gonna get a different tripod or something, but we're gonna try this for this video. Definitely looks much less heavy and cakey than last time I used this. I think the rose water has a lot to do with it though, because my skin is already pretty glowy. Not a big fan of this sponge for liquid foundation. It just feels pretty hard. I don't feel like it's soaked up a whole lot, which is nice, but it just feels a little bit hard. I might like this better for under eye concealer or powder or something. I'm gonna do my Eco Tool sponge on the other side. I do feel like this side is actually soaking up a bit more, and it doesn't look quite as luminous at all, which is interesting. Something about the shape of the sponge just reminds me of a pool toy. Who's ready for summer right now? I'm still full on in winter mode. This foundation still doesn't look like full coverage to me. I can still see scarring and stuff coming through. I'm gonna zoom in because I can. All right, look at that zoom. You guys are gonna be able to see everything now. I turned it down, so I think hopefully you can see. Still don't feel like it's full coverage. This is not a foundation review. Let's zoom out. Just building this up a little bit with the sponge. I am getting much more of a luminous finish when I use this sponge. Not looking good on my nose. I think you guys can see that at all. Oh, it's like clinging weird on my nose. I'm gonna be trying out this concealer. This is a number 7 Radiant Glow Under Eye Concealer in the shade 10. I haven't tried a whole lot of number 7 products. There are a couple of foundations that you guys request really often, so I'm gonna do, I think it's a Lift and Illuminate one, which I need to get, and then there's a different one. Let me know down below what number 7 foundations I should try out. So this is like a pump thing. Oh, cool. Has like a click top. I feel like I'm about to give someone a shot. Okay, 10 hours later we have some coming out. I really don't like these kind of applicators, the brush ones. Usually you can take it off, which I will probably end up doing if I like this. Okay, I'm gonna use my usual concealer brush. This is the Morphe G38 I always use, and blend this out. Definitely on the lighter coverage end. This isn't like Shape Tape coverage or anything. You can still see freckles. You still see darkness coming through actually too. The finish of it looks really nice. It almost looks like invisible. I feel like I would try this one again when I just want a little something, but I don't want it to look like I have makeup on. With a full face of makeup, probably wouldn't use this. I still have a lot of darkness coming through in the front. So I'm gonna go over this with just a touch of the Forever 21 concealer stick, which I'm still trying out. I used this again in Monday's video. Can't tell how I feel about this. I really like the tone of it. I like the color a lot. It just helped waken me up. Waken me up? Wake me up. We're gonna do some powdering with this thing. Let's go back in with the pool toy. I'm gonna use my usual Physicians Formula powders, which will be linked down below. Everything I'm trying right now is always in the description box. It doesn't feel very damp at all right now. It almost feels dry, which is typically how I like to apply my powder if I'm gonna be using a sponge. I'm just mixing these two shades, and let's go ahead and do this. Okay, this fits under the eyes perfectly. Ooh, that worked pretty nice. Ooh, it just kind of pressed it in there. Doesn't look like I have really a powder on under there. Okay, cake and bake, here we go. I love the way it just feels under there. This would be good to also clean up your shadow because you have this super straight edge. I am very excited to try this powder. I found this in like the depths of the internet when I was doing research for hydrating powders for dry skin, and I found the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra powder. I just got a small size of this, and I feel like this size was pretty affordable. I think it was like 14 bucks. I might be totally off. I ordered this a while ago. I've been waiting to try out this powder in a video. How much do you get? You get 1.3 grams in here. I think I'm gonna use that same powder side and first try and press this in. Ooh. Definitely has a bit of like a white cast to it. That's like totally clinging weird, and it seemed to remove some of my foundation coverage right there. My skin is weird with loose powders, very hit or miss. I think I have like 2 loose powders that actually work for my skin. So I'm gonna go in with a brush and just blend this out, or attempt to. Let's try the other side with just going on with the brush. Oh, this foundation looks terrible on my nose. It's like completely rubbing off. Yeah, my skin is not looking great right now. I feel like I need to try the powder with the foundation that I like underneath. I'm gonna definitely leave my forehead because I think it's just gonna look bad if I powder that too. Once I have bronzer and everything on, it'll kind of even everything out, I hope. If you like this powder, let me know what foundation you wear it with. So I have 2 new brow products here to try from Hourglass. This is our Arch Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel, which sounds exciting. And then there's also a pencil product. This is the Brow Sculpting Pencil. This one has that kind of triangle angular tip to it. And then there's also a spoolie on the other end. I'm gonna use this. I think I'm gonna try the brow gel first and then just kind of fill in the shape with the pencil. The shade I have in the brow gel is Dark Brunette. It says it's a fiber gel, so I'm hoping this kind of adds that hair-like look. This is a pretty big wand. I wish they made the wand a little bit smaller. I like that shade. It's a nice cool toned brown shade. Does it have a little shine to it? Whoa. That side looks a little bit wild. I think because I have more hairs right here. This applicator is too large. I'm gonna have to do some major concealer cleaning up right there because it just kind of easily gets out of your brows. Let's try the pencil. So this is also Dark Brunette. I'm gonna give the gel a minute to set because sometimes when you go in with the pencil right after, you just kind of move around the gel product. Ooh, that one I like. I really like the shade of this. And it's going on really smooth, but not too pigmented. Oh, I like that. I feel like the brow gel does have a bit of a shine to it though. I'm definitely gonna be using this pencil again. It's just pretty easy to get a good shape. Going with my handy paintbrush again and concealer, the stick, and just clean this up. Just prime my eyes with my usual MAC paint pot. So the bronzer isn't a first impression, it's just one that I wanna try a little bit more, but the highlight and blush are. I'm gonna use the Galactic Cabo bronzer. Some days I feel like I really like it, and then others it just doesn't really blend out very well. I'm gonna use this on my temples a little bit today. So this blush, I am so freaking excited to try. This is the Jcat Blush Duo. It has this really pretty light pink shade. That one's the Flirt Blush Duo, and then this one is Adore. And it has these kind of more muted, that one looks really pretty, kind of like a muted mauve almost. I think I'm gonna try this more neutral one. I might add a little bit of the pink on top. Ooh, it has a little bit of a glow to it. That looks very subtle, very natural. I'm gonna use a little bit of the darker shade in this one. Oh, I like the way these blend out. I really like my blushes to be less pigmented and then build them up because I just find they blend out so much easier and you can get a more natural look, and this is super pretty. And the packaging of this just feels really nice and sturdy, feels like really nice quality. This highlight is by Jcat. It's their Luxe Pro Powder Pearl Luminizer. Remove sticker. Yes, sir. Okay, where the heck is the peely thing? How in the heck do you get the sticker off? Oh, the Donut Shop Peppermint K-Cups. Would not recommend. Currently trying to use a bottle cap opener to get this thing off. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Hallelujah. Jcat, you gotta sort that shit out. I'm gonna use my Sigma F03. The brushes I always use, my go-to brushes, are linked down below in the description box in every video, if you ever wanna know what brushes I use. So I just tapped a little bit of that in the lid. Oh yeah. That's pretty. It actually blends out to be a lot more subtle than I was envisioning. I like that this isn't crazy pigmented because you have a little bit of room to work with it. Whenever I edit, the amount of ooze I cut out is actually amazing. Ooze and all rights. Those are my two. I'm feeling this. I really like how you don't have to worry about getting too much product out. I almost feel like this would be really pretty to mix in with a loose powder if you want that luminous kind of powder look like the It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination, because this is pretty subtle, and the way that this blends out, I don't know, I feel like this could be a pretty almost all over face powder if you use a really big fluffy brush and just a tiny bit of product. Before we move on to eyeshadow, I'm going to set my whole face right now. I'm going to try the MAC Fix Plus Coconut Scent. I've never tried this. I love a good coconut scent. Oh my god, that smells heavenly. It almost smells like coconut vanilla. Oh, I could spray that on my face for hours. Can I put this all over my body? Heck yeah, I'm into that scent. Not the most appealing color. I feel like they could have made this color a little more pleasant, or at least like put something on the outside of the bottle to cover it up. Eyeshadow, I'm very excited to try this out. This is the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne Kaleidoscope Dream Eyeshadow Palette. Colors in here look, oh, There goes the brush. Comes with this double-ended brush. The assortment of colors in here is really appealing to me. I kind of want to use this lime green or one of the blues, I'm thinking. Ooh, the purple too could be cool. I'm going to do some quick finger swatches because I haven't tried. Oh my god, that Tajin, what is that called? That was hella soft. Literally felt like butter. Let's do this black. Holy shitsies. These are soft. Look at that purple. Holy crap. Okay, I think I need to use that purple. Hell yeah. What do? I want to use all these. For any matte shadows, I think I'm going to try the Morphe 24G. Here's the colors. So I think for the matte browns and stuff, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to start out with this really light peachy kind of shade right here. That's a great transition shade. With this lens, I'm going to have to start plucking my eyebrows. Yeah, I'm not feeling this angle. Sorry guys, I'm going to figure this out. The angle will be different in the next video. I'm going to take my favorite shit brown shade right there. I love these kind of tones. Whenever a palette has this, gotta put it on my eye. I'm creating kind of a halo with this, apparently. Love the packaging of these new palettes they're coming out with. They're cardboard instead, but they feel so much nicer than having that cheap plasticky kind of feel. They have a nice weight to them. Okay, now that I've got those two kind of base colors on, I really don't know if I want to use the royal blue or the purple. They're both speaking to me. Oh my gosh, these are soft. These feel a lot softer than Urban Decay shimmers usually are. Typically, I would apply a shimmery kind of shade with my finger, but with the lash extensions, it's kind of hard to get it in the place that I want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a brush first. Okay, that pigmentation is insane for only using a brush. This also is not wet. I'm gonna use my finger and just see. Oh my god. And even with the brush, did I get any fallout? I don't see any. I'm gonna go back in with that brown shade and blend out the edges really lightly. I'm just blending out those edges with the brush that it came with. That brown mixed with the blue turned it into like a super cool dark green almost. I think I want to use the Tajin. I feel like, is that a word I'm supposed to know? Tajin? I'm gonna use the orange matte shade with a liner brush and kind of press that against my lower lash line. I'm gonna blend it out with that same brown shade. If I didn't have lash extensions right now, I think I would go in with like a royal blue glitter right on the bottom. Oh, I'm so tempted. Or a gold could look really cool. Instead of glitter, I think I'm gonna do the wiser thing and go in with the Stay Gold shade. I keep throwing this brush right in foundation. I'm gonna spray my brush with the Fix Plus for this one. I definitely still have some blue on this brush, but it's making kind of a cool like lime green color. I've got like peacock eyes going right now and I'm digging it. This is gorgeous. That blue shade I'm so impressed by. They feel very soft. Definitely feel like the best Urban Decay formula thus far. Congrats, Kristen. Those are beautiful. I think normally I would just put on false lashes and I wouldn't put on eyeliner with this kind of look, but I want to try the Superhero liner by It Cosmetics. I don't think this is new or anything. I've just never tried this. Interesting packaging. This feels very soft and smooth going on, and it's going over the shadow nice. Ooh, I like that. The way that that's going on reminds me of the Eye Booster, Physicians Formula, my favorite. Super easy to make a wing. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Physicians Formula one. I like that. I would definitely use that again. I'm gonna go in with my bottom lash mascara. I think we're done with eyes. Moving on to lips. I want to try these NARS. What are these? They literally have the smallest freaking font on planet Earth. Lip cover. This darker one is the shade Under Arrest, and then this one is Embrasse-moi. I'm gonna do the darker one first, then I might mix in a little bit of this shade. Never tried these formulas at all. My lips are pretty dry right now, and this is going over really nice. I'm curious if these dry down like liquid lipsticks or if they're more of just like a gloss. I might add a tiny bit of this lighter one to give it some dimension. Feels like it's starting to kind of dry down. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. All right, so it's been about 3 or 4 minutes and it doesn't seem to be mattifying. So as of right now, it doesn't seem like it's a matte liquid lipstick or anything. It just is more of like a lip cream kind of product. So far, it's actually not transferring to my teeth. Out of everything, I think I'm most excited by the Jcat Pearl Luminizer. I just love how natural this looks. I do want to try mixing this with another powder, maybe with a Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. The Jouer blushes, I'm really excited to use these more. I really want to dig into that light pink shade. Sponge I really like for under eye setting powder. For everything else, I'm not that big of a fan of it. Definitely excited to try this again. Reminds me almost exactly of the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. Obviously the eyeshadow palette I'm into. The rose water spray, I want to check the ingredients on this, but I would use that again if there's not anything scary in here. And Fix Plus Coconut, definitely feeling the scent of this. This one I would definitely pass on. I don't feel like it really makes sense for being kind of a blurring stick primer. Typically, where you want to blur, you don't want a whole lot of glow, except right here if it actually blurred and smoothed out the texture, but I didn't really feel like it did that anywhere. This one feels nice and cooling. I'm gonna keep trying this and see what I think of it. I'll definitely pass on the brow gel. I just wish they made a smaller wand for this one. And also, I don't know, I feel like it made my brows a little bit shiny. I think the Ulta Brow Gel is much better and it's under 10 bucks. This pencil though, I'm really feeling. I love the shade of this. It has a nice cool tone to it, but it doesn't look too gray, and it also just went on really nice. It was easy to create a shape, a nice shape. So I'm gonna keep using this one. So that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Everything that's on my face, rings, what I'm wearing is always listed down below in the description box. Nail polish, everything. Ooh, this looks cool in this light. It looks totally different. What the heck? Just noticed that. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.